Yes, people. So I am just back from the cinema. I went to watch Hollow Road. Yeah. Had no clue about this film at all. Right? But I was like, you know what? I'm going to give it a shot. It's the latest feature from Babak Anvari, written by William Giles. The film is produced by Richard Bolger, Ian Henry, Lucan Toe. It is executive produced by Peter Hamilton, Nim Fagan, Myla Cottery, Maxime Cottery, Nate Bolletin, Connor Barry, and Babak Anvari. It is co-produced, right, by Jan Callista, Brian Sonderman, with line production from Thaddeus Trojank, Liam Ryan, Douglas Cox. So, the music was handled by Lorne Balfe and Peter Adams. Kit Fraser took care of the cinematography. Laura Jennings edits the piece. Casting, we have Kathleen Crawford. Mark Kelly is production design. Costume design is S.J. for French O'Carroll. We have got Lauren Glynn and Claire Lamb on hair and makeup. And our cast, it's a very small cast, right? We have Rosamund Pike as Maddie. There is Matthew Rhys as Frank, her husband. Their daughter Alice is played by Megan McDonnell. We've got Paul Tylock as a police officer and Stephen Jones as a detective. And that's it. All right? So, yeah, as I say, I had no clue about this, right? Oh, yeah, what is it about? I didn't do that. Right, two parents enter a race against time when they receive a distressing late night phone call from their daughter after she caused a tragic car accident. So yeah, I didn't even know that, right? So it's just, I saw Rosamund Pike, and Rosamund Pike is good. So I'm like, oh, boom, let me go check, right? So we open up and we just see like this kitchen table, and there's, plates, food on plates, right? It's all set up like a meal has been in people been eating a meal. There's a word, I can't think of the word. But yeah, people been eating this meal. Then like the camera is slowly panning through. Right, so we see the wine glasses, right? We see the floor and this broken glass, right? So you're like, oh shit, people rushed out the house. That's what I thought at first. But then you see someone has been sweeping up the glass. So you're like, okay. So it wasn't like they got a phone call and then had to rush out, or something happened and they had to rush out. Because they stopped and swept up the glass. So what happened? So we do this, we stop on some pictures of a girl who then we understand is the daughter Alice, and then we got a woman in bed. So I'm like, okay, what happened? So she gets up, fire alarm going off, and we see her husband like sitting at a desk slumped over. So we're just like, either there was an argument or he was just doing something and he fell asleep, right? But then that's when the phone goes and it's her daughter. And so now we learn there's a car accident, shit's gone down, right? And the interchange between Maddie and Frank, I think that gives you some insight into their relationship, right? So they're in the car and they're talking to Alice as they're driving to try and piece together exactly what has happened. So all of this is fascinating, and I think it's handled really well, right? I think the emotions that because, to be honest with you, Frank was a dick, right? Frank's a cunt. Frank comes off as a real piece of work, I thought, right? Just because there seems to be like a disregard into what Maddie is saying. And Maddie's a paramedic, right? At first, I wasn't quite sure because she's talking and it sounds like, oh, maybe she's a doctor, right? But then you find she's a paramedic, right? And so she would have knowledge on certain things, but he's just like, bah, 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 bah. Now, you can see it from his point of view to a point, right? Because their daughter's in trouble, trying to do, protect the kid. But you also have to be like, well, if certain shit's happened, certain shit has happened, right? And people need to take responsibility for their bullshit, right? So you can definitely see all the angles in the film where everybody is coming from, which is good. And the fact that I thought Frank was a dick, that's good too, right? Because too many times with these things, we're given scenarios. Things are broken down and it's like everyone's perfect. And you're just like, yo, people would not react like that. Why are we trying to pretend that people are just like, oh, I would do the good thing? Be like, no, motherfucker. Right? So this was great. I love the fact that I thought Frank's a dick. But yeah, so we're finding out about everything. You know what I mean? And it's their tone of voice. It's the looks on their face. Rhys and Pike do an outstanding job of parents in a car driving to their daughter. So that was really like the music, just creating this tonal feel, this vibe, right? It wasn't necessarily mood music, but it was just set at that right pitch, at that right tone, just everything just imbued to you. We are in some shit right now. What are we gonna do? And that's great. So yeah, all of this. And, Alice. Jesus Christ. Alice was good, right? What's Shorty's name? McDonnell does a very good job with Alice. Now she's irritating as a motherfucker, right? You just want to wring her neck. But again, that is good because you definitely got the shock, right? The trauma, the emotional grief of what has gone down. All of that, she gives you it. Right? We also then get the irritating voicemail message. Right? But again, so many people have them, so it just works. So all of the weight of this situation is apparent. Everything. It feels right. Feels right. I'm like, yes, awesome. Where is this going? At the end, we take a weird turn. Not even at the end. There's a point where we start to take a weird turn. And it's because this is very difficult. You don't want to give anything away, right? But I'll just say what we hear kind of sets things up like it's something different, right? That this is a different genre or something. And yeah, that was a little, I don't know. I wasn't sure about that. You know, that aspect of things. I was like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Now, the end was interesting because you then kind of go, what was actually real? You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, is this a traumatic fever dream? It kind of makes you question everything. And that, yeah, I'm down with that. There is just this section of the film that just, it didn't necessarily resonate with me. You know what I mean? Didn't necessarily resonate with me. And, you know, that's not to say it's bad, because I'm sure it's going to resonate with different people. You feel me? It's just, yeah, I didn't really dig it. But I did think, and the thing with it, the script is fine, right? Like, it's just an aspect of, let's say, tonal pitch that I wasn't fond of, right? It's a tonal pitch thing. That's it. Everything else worked. Everything else really did work. So yeah, like just the drive, right? Driving through a wood, right? Driving along the road, just, you know, just all of this kind of stuff, you know, just that contemplation of what will be on the other end. Yeah. No, I enjoyed that aspect of the film. So because of the other stuff, it's hard to, you know what I mean, go, yes, I loved it or anything like that. But it was interesting. I feel there was that film with Jake Gyllenhaal. Was it Jake Gyllenhaal or was it Halle Berry? There may have been two. But there were, no, it was Jake Gyllenhaal. Yeah, it was. I don't know why I question myself. But he's working on the phones, right? Do you call it dispatch for the police? And he's taken a call and he's like having the person stay on the line. Yeah. And so I feel if you like that film, you would like this, you know? I know it's a, just like, yeah, but if we don't know the name of the film, how the fuck do we know? Yeah, that is a thing, people. I do understand. Boy. Yeah, I can't think of what that film was called, but yeah, it was it's a similar film, and it's kind of like I think Buried with Ryan Reynolds, where it's just focusing on one person and you're trying to work out where are we going here, you know. I think if you like that kind of film, that kind of thriller, you know, this will work for you. Because Hollow Road is that film. It's not busy, right? It's not got a whole heap of people in it or anything like that. It's just following this couple as they're talking to their daughter. But it's fascinating as fuck. It's fascinating. So yeah, if you like those films, I definitely feel you should check out Hollow Road. It's in cinemas right now. So yeah, people, there you go. Hold on for a second. I'm just checking to see if I can find the motherfucking name of that bloody film where he's on the it might be The Guilty. I think it's called The Guilty. Yes, that would be it, because it came, yeah, it's a few years old, and that came out in 2001. I do feel there was another film as well with a woman. Maybe it was Ambulance or something, but it's a similar thing. But yes, if those are your kind of films, you will enjoy Hollow Road.